Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today let's have this interesting discussion. A lot of people have asked me on Instagram whether right now America is a good decision or country to come to study if you want to study computer science, IT, AI, data science and all that. So if you had asked me this question 2 years ago, I would have been like, do come, your life is going to take a U-turn in terms of like career growth, salary, work-life balance. I think America is a great place. I feel like 2020 to 2022 was kind of the golden age of computer science related jobs. And I am sorry to say that I think those times will never be back again, because back then the Fed were printing money like crazy. There were just a lot of jobs. But right now there is almost like non-existent junior level position. So if you are planning to come, I would really like to request you to do some good research. And here are some of the things that I will kind of bring up that might help you guys go in the right direction. So the first thing is, do not go to expensive college right now. It doesn't matter if you graduate from Ivy League. It doesn't matter if you graduate from some low tier university. Everybody's having a difficult time finding a job. And I graduated from, I think it's like not a very good college, University of Mississippi. But right now, people who graduated from like MIT, Cornell, and all those big universities are, sliding in my DMs asking me for referral. So that really means that, even if you're graduating from prestigious university, there is no jobs. And especially for international students, you have to realize that every time you fill up a form in America for job application, they're going to ask that, would you require sponsorship in now or future? That's like one of the mandatory questions, and the HR will definitely bring it up, or the recruiter will bring it up before your like initial screen even, right? So your answer will be obviously yes, right? Because you would want sponsorship, and that kind of disqualifies you from a lot of application, which sucks, I know, but it is what it is. Company do not want to pay extra money to hire international students. Like, it's not their problem that you'd have to go back if you don't get a job, right? Everyone's just trying to save their ass right now. So I would really recommend looking how the graduates from your college right now are doing in terms of job. Do they have job or not? And don't look at people 4 or 5 years ago. Look at the recent statistics, like how many people are getting a job right out of graduation from your college. And do not take crazy amount of loan just to go to Ivy League, or or even like crazy amount of loan for a mediocre university, because even mediocre university costs a lot for international student, right? So the only way I would recommend people to come to the United States is if they have a good scholarship. Or if you guys are in a PhD program, I think it makes sense, because your funding is kind of covered. You get a monthly stipend. You have like 4 years to figure out your life, what you want to do, get accustomed to American culture and all that. But thinking that you're going to come here for a master's and do an internship, which is impossible to find right now, given the situation. And then even job is like very difficult. I think I read somewhere that they're just like 10% of placement for international student, but right now it's really tricky. Like, literally nobody wants to hire a junior level engineer, and it's not because of AI or ChatGPT. It's because they're just the market is just so saturated, and the applicants the companies would get a lot of applicants who have a lot of experience, and they would obviously choose them over you, right? And even the job requirement, they're not hiring for like junior level position anymore. They want like someone who can come and contribute, like do the actual contribution to the company. So they want someone who's like good at a lot of things, like DevOps, full stack, cloud. They want you to basically know everything. And I have been on the like job application side as well. Like, I casually apply to jobs, and trust me, it's not easy, honestly, like how it was back in the days. Back in the days, you just do some lead code question, and if you're set, you're kind of set. You'd get an interview. Interviews were easy to come by, but right now, that's not the case. So I want you to make up the mind that if you're coming here, just like have it in the back of your head that it doesn't mean that you are guaranteed to get a job. It doesn't mean that you'll have a well-settled life after graduation. It's going to be more stressful because you'd have taken a lot of loan. So I do want you to think of the worst case scenario, and if you still want to come to United States, do come. Most of the times people get away with things. They eventually find something, but I think that's like the scenario with most of the things in life, right? People just tend to find a way. They would either find some other way to stay in the country or find jobs through consultancy and all that things. So but it's definitely like harder if you are, kind of like me, who knows that they can do the job, who know they are like competent, but they still would not be able to find a job based on the merit. Then it's just really frustrating, and it can frustrate you. So I just want you to have that in the back of your head. Do not take expensive loan to come to a mediocre or even Ivy League school. These does not guarantee anything right now. So I think that's my first point. In terms of coming here for master's, the challenge is like you only get 2 years, and first year you're just like getting here, you're getting accustomed to everything, and you're taking it nice and easy, but immediately you'd have to kind of rush to look for internship and all. So it's just kind of a lot on your plate, and also you wouldn't be more accustomed to like how things are here in the US. So I usually recommend people to come in the for their bachelor's degree, but again, bachelor's degree can be expensive, so I do not recommend anyone to go study abroad by taking loans. Just come here on scholarship. There you will find something. If you like scour the internet, you will find something. You just have to put a lot of hard work, and because the competition is so much, like back in the days, I feel like I kind of got lucky, like my friends, probably because there were not much competition, things were kind of easier. But right now everybody knows about everything, so competition is high, and you just have to be the best, and sometimes you just have to know the right people. That's also frustrating. So I just want you to keep all these things in mind. So, and the next thing I want to talk about is like, I don't know if you have friends or family in the US, but if it looks like they have it all, their life is all sorted out, it's really not. The grass is always greener on the other side. Like, I'm in America, and people sometimes I think wish their life was kind of like me, but we have our own problems, even though there's good salary. It's like, I don't know if you've read the news, but they say that right now, in order to make a good, like, comfortable living in the United States, you have to make like 140K in some cities like Boston, New York. In San Francisco, it's probably even more. So if you're making like 70,000, 60,000, like you're probably better off just doing something in your country with the money that you were kind of, you would have come to US with, like invest that or start some business. I think that's like the best resort. So it's not the end all if, let's say, you just have to stay in your country. I would still recommend you to kind of get out, to get that exposure, to get that, like, exposure, and you become a different person when you are abroad. I still think that holds true, but right now the market is tough, and it just seems like a long, like a distant dream to just even be able to get a job, right? I read up on Reddit somewhere, like they're like, so to those who didn't get a software engineer job, what are you guys doing? So people, the American citizen, they were like, yeah, I got into food business. Someone's like, I became an electrician. So people are pivoting because they're not getting the job. And if you don't have a job, you still have to survive, and you have to do some sort of other job. And us as international students, we can't do other job. We can only do the job that's related to our fields, which also sucks. But I want you to keep all these things in mind before you make a decision of coming to United States. If you have a scholarship, no brainer, come. You'll figure it out. But if not, it's gonna be tricky. You'll have a huge pile of loan, and don't be surprised if you get laid off in the middle of your visa process. The companies are brutal. You gotta, I don't even know what to say, but just a rant, so do your own due diligence. Talk to people, mentors, talk to the people who went to same school as you're planning to go, and what the job situation was like afterwards, or like look up on LinkedIn, hear other people's opinion on YouTube. You'll find many, but definitely it's not as easier. And for me, I used to think that, oh, I wish I had come back in 2005, because in 2005 people would easily get their H-1B visa, because there were not much people applying at all, and right now there's like 700,000 people applying. You know, it's stressful. So yeah, guys, just be ready for everything. Like I have made up my mind that even if, let's say, I get laid off from my role, I would happily go back to Nepal and do something with my life. I'm pretty sure I will be able to do something, have some savings, and given that I don't start my family, I think I can retire. So you know, I have it in the back of my head that if things go wrong, I'll just go back to my country, and that's something that I have kind of made peace with. Before, I used to think that, oh my god, I'll have this job forever, I will work hard until 45, and I'll you know, take some expensive vacation, I'll do all the luxury things, but right now it's just like I'm trying to spend as less as possible, being frugal, and yeah, because nothing is certain. The tech industry is not certain. So that's it, guys. Peace.